Lakers fans, pay close attention, because the future of one of the team's brightest young stars, Austin Reaves, is hanging in the balance. Right now, the franchise is walking a tightrope between keeping him as a cornerstone of the next era alongside Luka Doncic or cashing in on his value before he potentially walks away for nothing in free agency. What makes this story even more explosive is that new trade ideas are already circulating. Theories about his role in the lineup are creating heated debates, and all of it is leading to one unavoidable truth. The Lakers will soon be forced to make a franchise-altering decision. By the end of this breakdown, you'll see why every scenario involving Reaves connects directly to the Lakers' hopes of returning to championship glory. Austin Reaves' trade scenario with the Kings. The latest trade proposal making waves across the league has Austin Reaves potentially heading to the Sacramento Kings in exchange for Keegan Murray and 2 future first-round picks in 2027 and 2029. On paper, this deal looks like the kind of blockbuster that could reshape both franchises. For the Lakers, the logic is tied to contract realities. Reaves is signed for 2 more years, but with a player option worth $14.9 million, the expectation is that he'll decline and pursue a deal closer to $30 million annually. That creates a dilemma. Risk losing him for nothing, or flip him now for valuable assets. For Sacramento, the appeal is obvious. After losing De'Aaron Fox, they're desperate for a playmaking guard who can carry the offense and bring stability to the backcourt. Reaves, who just averaged 20.2 points, 5.8 assists, and 4.5 rebounds while shooting efficiently from all levels, checks every box. If he could thrive as the third option behind LeBron James and Luka Doncic in Los Angeles, imagine the impact he'd have as a featured piece next to Domantas Sabonis and Zach LaVine. His skill set perfectly addresses Sacramento's biggest need. But the Lakers aren't just looking at Reaves' production. They're also thinking about the long game. Keegan Murray offers them a reliable 3-and-D wing, a type of player who is worth his weight in gold in today's NBA. Even though his shooting percentages dipped last season, his defensive versatility and ability to stretch the floor make him a strong complementary fit next to Doncic. On top of that, the 2 future first-round picks would help the Lakers rebuild their draft capital, which has been depleted in recent years as the team chased stars. Of course, trading Reaves isn't just a basketball decision, it's an emotional one. He's become a fan favorite, a homegrown success story, and a player whose journey resonates with Lakers Nation. Giving him up even for value would sting. That's why this scenario is so polarizing. Do the Lakers prioritize long-term flexibility and assets? Or do they double down on the loyalty and production of a player who has already proven he can deliver? And while fans are debating whether Reaves should be traded, another theory emerged that sparked just as much controversy. The idea that Reaves could be moved to the bench following the arrival of Marcus Smart. Let's unpack why that suggestion is being labeled one of the wildest takes of the offseason. Why the bench theory for Austin Reaves makes no sense. In the middle of trade speculation, another storyline surfaced that had Lakers fans shaking their heads. The idea that Austin Reaves might come off the bench to balance the roster after Marcus Smart's arrival. At first glance, it sounds like a simple adjustment, but when you look closer, it completely falls apart. Reaves isn't just another rotational piece, and he's already proven himself as a starter, and the numbers back it up. Last season, he put up 20.2 points, 5.8 assists, and 4.5 rebounds per game, while knocking down nearly 38% of his shots from deep. Those aren't bench numbers. Those are star numbers. Reaves has also shown the intangibles that separate starters from role players. He's taken over games in crunch time, stepped in as a primary ball handler when LeBron or Doncic needed rest, and consistently provided efficient scoring and playmaking. Asking him to accept a bench role wouldn't just lower his impact on the floor, it could also damage his market value as he enters a contract year. For a player already preparing to negotiate a deal worth around $30 million annually, that's a major factor. NBA insider Jovan Buha summed it up perfectly when he said the bench theory was ridiculous. From his perspective, if the Lakers want to keep Reaves, they can't possibly sell him on a reduced role. And he's right. Reaves has already earned the respect of his teammates, coaches, and the entire league. Moving him to the second unit would not only insult his growth, but also signal to other franchises that the Lakers might not fully appreciate his value. That could make it even easier for rival teams to lure him away in free agency. The reality is that Reaves has already proven he can coexist with stars. He's adapted his game alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic, two of the most ball-dominant players in basketball, without losing efficiency or rhythm. If anything, adding Marcus Smart should enhance Reaves' performance by allowing him to focus more on offense while Smart shoulders tougher defensive assignments. The idea that Smart's arrival means Reaves should come off the bench completely misses the point of what makes this roster work. In short, benching Reaves is more than just a bad idea. It's one that could push him closer to the exit door. The Lakers cannot afford to risk alienating one of their most valuable young stars. Which brings us to the biggest question of all. What exactly does the future look like for Austin Reaves in Los Angeles? The clear future of Austin Reaves in Los Angeles. As all these rumors and theories swirl, one thing has become crystal clear. The Lakers must soon make a definitive decision about Austin Reaves. He's no longer just a complementary piece. He's a vital part of the team's identity and someone who could shape the franchise's future alongside Luka Doncic. With LeBron James nearing the end of his career, the Lakers are preparing for a transition, and Reaves has positioned himself as the perfect second star to bridge that gap. Financially, the Lakers are at a crossroads. Reaves is under contract until 2026 to 2027, but with a player option looming, he's expected to decline it and test the market. By then, he'll be looking for a contract worth around $30 million per year, and the Lakers will have to decide if they're willing to match that. Thanks to bird rights, Los Angeles has the upper hand, able to offer him more money and more years than any rival. The only question is whether they'll commit the resources to keep him long-term. On the court, the evidence speaks for itself. Reaves averaged over 20 points in nearly 35 minutes per game, while also contributing as a rebounder, playmaker, and defender. He's proven that he can thrive under pressure, deliver in clutch moments, and adapt his game to complement superstars. His ability to impact the game on both ends makes him the type of player every contender needs. And that's exactly why the Lakers can't afford to let him go. Roster-wise, keeping Reaves solves multiple problems at once. He gives the Lakers stability in the backcourt, spacing for Doncic, and a reliable scoring option when the offense stalls. His chemistry with the team is already established, and his prime years are still ahead of him. Losing him, whether through trade or free agency, would mean resetting the backcourt yet again. Something the Lakers simply cannot afford in this critical stage of building around Luka. The bottom line is this: the Lakers' path to success in the post-LeBron era doesn't just rest on Luka Doncic's shoulders. It depends heavily on whether they can keep Austin Reaves in the fold. Trade rumors may generate headlines, and wild theories about his role may stir debate. But the reality is simple. Reaves has proven his value, and the Lakers must decide if they're willing to invest in him as a core piece of their future. Because if they don't, there's no shortage of franchises ready to make him their star.